You ever been in one of those situations where you feel like you've just wasted time? You've worked hard for a certain goal or to accomplish a certain thing, and then all of a sudden it just falls through and you find yourself questioning, was it worth it? And you start to question the skills that you have, if they were really ever good. And then that begins to bleed over into your personal life. You begin to question you as a person. You start to find yourself in kind of a depressed state. Today on Geek Devotions, we're going to take a look at the new Netflix movie Carry On and how this theme plays out in that movie and how it actually helps to show us how to get past that moment. Hello, Devoted Geeks. Welcome to Geek Devotions, show from Devoted Geeks who are devoted to letting you know you're loved. I'm Dallas. I'm so glad you've hit the play button today. If you're new to our show, we take geek pop culture items like movies, video games, comic books, and we use it to let people know that they're loved. So if you don't watch past this moment, know this: we love you, we care about you. There is a plan and a purpose for your life. Do not give up. Now, before we get into our next Geekmas episode, I want to give a special thank you from Celeste and I. I want to say thank you for your guys' patience and your kindness and the kind words you guys have sent us as Celeste and I kind of walked through this season together of grief. If you guys missed it this past week, we've kind of been out of our normal schedule, not being able to do things as we've been walking through some situations. Recently, Celeste's grandmother has passed away, and we've been having to help handle just different aspects of putting together a funeral and just dealing with life as a whole. We've said this from the start. Geek Devotions is a community thing. We're so thankful for you amazing devoted geeks who have been surrounding us, encouraging Celeste with your amazing words of encouragement and prayers as we kind of walk through this. And again, thank you for your patience for this past week as we've kind of been, our schedules have been everywhere. With that being said, let's get into our conversation that we are meant to have today, which is talking about dealing with kind of disappointment and questioning your own skill set, questioning the things that you have. Now, if you're not familiar with Carry On, this is a new Netflix movie that came out that kind of feels like a spiritual successor to Die Hard in a great way. Like, it's a great action Christmas movie. Yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. In the movie, you meet a young man named Ethan who is kind of down on his luck, kind of, if you will. He's just been coasting through life as a TSA agent. He washed out of police training and his dreams had just kind of been crashed. But now he has something new to live for. He found out that his girlfriend's pregnant and he's going to have a child and what that looks like. And as amidst the him trying to gear things back up to do better, a terrorist. Now, the movie itself is really interesting. I don't want to give a lot of spoilers because I do want to encourage you guys to go check it out because, again, it was a fun movie. But in this movie, Ethan's an interesting character. Like I said, he washed out of the police academy and he's kind of been down on himself. He's been coasting through life, just happy to get by, kind of regretting his past as a whole. And as his girlfriend is encouraging him to kind of take a next step and grow past and go back and to try to rejoin the police department, to go back into the academy, he's questioning it. But throughout this film, you see that he still has skill sets. He still has talents that are great, that should have earned him a spot in the police academy. Many of you have been in a similar situation where because of letdowns, because of disappointments, you've been questioning your own ability. You've been questioning your skills. You've been questioning maybe even your calling in life. Perhaps you were really excited to walk into a path and you're super gung-ho about it, but because of certain things, you're like, maybe I've been wasting my time this entire time. Now you're just coasting. Just like Ethan. Just coasting through life. Just trying to find a new way. For some of you, it's got to the point where you even are regretting the skill sets. You've neglected them and they've kind of fallen to the wayside. They're not as sharp and as good as they used to be. But here's the deal. The giftings that you have, they're still there. God's given you specific giftings, specific skill sets, certain hearts for things, a passion for certain things, and he's given those things to you for a reason. Yes, situations take place. Yes, things can happen and we feel let down and we feel like we've been disappointed. But it doesn't negate that there's still things there inside of you that need to come out, that need to be used for amazing purposes in life. And the reality is those negative experiences, even though they were terrible, God still wants to use those and shift those to do greater things, to ignite new passions, to help new people and to new things take place. There's this great verse in Romans chapter 8 that reminds me of this type of situation. Romans chapter 8, verse 28. And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, and for those who are called according to his purpose. This verse is not saying that everything's going to be hunky-dory and things are going to go smooth and great. What it is saying that is, even though there are bad things that take place in life, God will work those out for those who love him. If we are walking in his will, if we are being intentional about walking with him and paying attention to what he has for us, he'll work out those negative situations to greatness, to make them into good things. I have gone my entire life going from one experience to another, and some of them are fantastic and some of them are terrible. And those terrible things I want to rip out of my life and throw away so badly because they hurt me dearly. But what I've discovered though, now on the backside, I'm 40 years old, guys. And I look back and I go, man, every one of those traumatic, terrible things, God has used to do some amazing things through me in the lives of other people. There are skill sets that I struggle with, and I even question if I have talents. But then I turn around, I see God using those things to help others and to reach other people and to bring life where there wasn't life before. For you listening, I want to encourage you, examine your heart, examine your past. What skill sets, what passions have you had that you have fallen to the past life because tragic things have taken place and you have neglected those skills? And then ask God to show you how to rekindle passion, how to use them. In this movie, Ethan's in an intense situation, and this mysterious traveler, as they call him throughout the entirety of the movie, has put him in a bad spot, in a corner. And he's had to use skills that he hasn't used in a while. And he's had to become creative again. He's had to do things for a purpose. And that purpose was to protect his loved ones, to protect the people he cares about. You may be in a situation right now where you're questioning everything, but God says, I have a greater purpose for you. And there are people in your lives that need you to use those skills, whatever it is. Maybe you have great artistic skills. God needs you to use those. Maybe you have a talent or a skill to be able to talk and to communicate with people, to understand hard truths and to translate them to something simple. God needs you to use those for the people in your life. Maybe you have a gift of being able to give and to provide. God needs you to do that because there are people who need you to step them, not for your glory, but for them to know that there is a God who cares about them, that there's hope waiting for them. And all it takes is for us to understand the fact that God redeems everything. He'll work out those terrible things in our past for his glory and for our good, because those skill sets that he gave you are still there. Maybe lying dormant, and maybe a little bit rusty. You need to work them out. But he's gifted you. You're talented, and there's some amazing things that are lying there, ready to be used to help reach a world that needs you to operate in what you have. Question of the week for you guys. What is a talent or skill that you used to walk in, but perhaps you've left behind? Leave a comment down below and let us know what it is. And then as a bonus, what are you going to do to start walking in that again? What are you going to do to really amp that back up and continue to grow? For me personally, there's several things I've questioned over the years that I've struggled with. My ability to do art and different things. I am actively doing small things in the background to get better at being an artist, of creating things and creating things that give life and hope to people. So that's something I'm doing. What are you doing? Leave a comment down below and let me know. Like I said in the front end, I am super thankful for our community for being encouraging and just lifting Celeste and I up over this past week. This has been a journey for Celeste, and your guys' words and your prayers have been amazing for us. And that's, again, it's a benefit of our Devoted Geek community. If you're not part of our community, check out our Discord channel, check out our Facebook, check out our Instagram, be part of the community, take part of the conversation. Help bring life to each other, guys. That's what community is meant to do. On top of that, I want to give a special thank you to all of our devoted Patreon geeks who help support us financially. For as little as $1 a month, they are doing all kinds of stuff for us. They help provide our equipment, the things that we need to create the devotions. They've even helped us to be able to get to events like GeekCon and other things to help present the vision of Geek Devotions and to minister to people in real time, letting them know their love, that they're cared for, there's a plan and a purpose for their lives. We are so thankful for the support. And if you'd like to become a devoted Patreon geek, visit our website, geekdevotions.com, to click on the support page where you can find out more about Patreon and other ways to support us financially. But beyond that, if you can't support us financially, which we totally get, guys, watching this video all the way through has been a big help to us already. Hitting the like button helps a lot. Sharing these videos out, sharing the links on our website out, that helps us tremendously because it helps to get the message of Geek Devotions out to the people who need it. And we are so thankful for those people who do that on a regular basis and partner with us to create these things. A couple of weeks ago, I gave a special thank you to Amanda, who has been helping to create these little things we call Thoughts of a Devoted Geek, where she kind of takes our stuff and creates a continuing thought for social media purposes. And she is doing an amazing job, and we are so thankful for her. But I want to say thank you also to another friend of ours, who I like to call Young B, who has been helping me to create timestamps, to create shorts, to make reels of these episodes. And what that does, it helps to get the word out about Geek Devotions, condenses these episodes into something a little bit more bite-sized, but also makes intentional points of contact to accomplish the mission of the people that love and cared for. And so to those two people and to everyone else who's part of our team, thank you guys for helping us. And for all of you guys who are watching this right now, before Christmas, Merry Christmas. Jesus loves you. He cares about you. The whole point of Christmas is God coming to earth, humbling himself for our sake. His act of coming here was an act of love, an act of humility. And so, yes, spend time with your family. Yes, enjoy the gifts and the food. But remember the heart behind why we do this. It's because God loves you and cares about you. And he genuinely has a purpose for your life. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay devoted. Peace and love.